Michael Carter-Williams, kind enough to join us on In the Zone. How you doing, Michael? We appreciate you joining us.
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
How did it feel to get back out there? Do you feel like how did you feel about your ability to contribute last night against Atlanta?
I felt good. It was just, it was a blessing to be back out there. I felt comfortable because, I know most of the stuff that, Coach Cliff has in the offense. And then on defensively, I know what Coach, wants out of me when I'm out there. So it was good. I felt comfortable. It's going to take me a little bit to get my legs underneath me because I haven't played in so long. But, I felt good. It was good to be out there.
And that would obviously be one of the main concerns going into a game. You haven't played a true 5-on-5 in a while. How hard is that when you get thrown back in there to say, all right, now you've got to run like these guys who are doing this every single night?
Right. And I just go in there. I just try to compete, honestly. I love to compete. I love to, just be out there and try to win. I know what Orlando, I know what we're fighting for, that playoff spot. So I know how important, each game is and each possession is. So, I just, like I said, I just go in there and compete and give them my all.
We're talking to Michael Carter-Williams, now the backup point guard for the Orlando Magic. Walk me through the process, what it's like. You're maybe working out at home, you get a call, and before you know it, you're playing against Atlanta at the Amway Center. Walk me through that process.
I was praying that, I got a call from, a team just to be back out there. I was working out working out real hard, just trying to, stay in shape and keep my game sharp. And once I got the call, I was so happy, that any team called. And then once I found out it was Orlando and Coach Clifford, it was kind of like, I went from like a real, hard time, my life being released and, dealing with that. And then to, being able to get a second chance with somebody that I know and that I'm able to come in and be comfortable was just, it was just amazing.
Michael Carter-Williams made his debut with the Orlando Magic last night. He joins us on In the Zone. Shot, what you got?
Michael, talk about your game for a second and what you've done in the NBA and the assets that you bring to Orlando that they can rely with from you on a nightly basis when you're out on the floor.
I just think I'm someone who comes in and, gives it their all, gives maximum effort, does the little things out there, is really solid on the defensive end. And, on the offensive end, I get in the lane, I find guys, and I make plays. That's what I would say that, that I'm going to, that I have control over, that I can give Orlando every single night.
So, looking at Orlando right now, and the Magic are fighting for a playoff spot, looking above that, Michael, in the East, when was the last time you can remember the East having 5 teams at the top, 1 through 5, that were as good 1 through 5 as what we have right now in the East?
Man, not in a long time. The East is, they have such, solid teams. It's definitely every night is competitive. You got, almost the playoffs every single series. You can't really say like, this team's definitely, going to beat this team. It's hard to, bet on any team. For like, even, I think, if we get that AC, I think we match up well with, Milwaukee. I think, having, Vooch, obviously he's an all-star. He's a great player. He's one of the best bigs in the league. He brings, a threat every single night. So it's hard to count anybody out.
Michael, I'm sure you watched a lot of NBA, before you were signed by the Magic, and the Magic drafted a guy a couple years ago to Florida State, Jonathan Isaac, who I'm a big fan of. Talk about Jonathan Isaac and what you've seen out of him so far. I know it's only been one game, but your thoughts about Jonathan Isaac and what he brings to the Magic every night.
Jonathan's, he's a really good player. I've only been playing with him for one game, but you could see. You can definitely see, where the, potential that, he has in his game. It's obviously he's a talented, he's a talented guy. He's, super long. He can defend. He can score the ball. He can just do everything. And he's young too. So, the sky's really the limit for him.
Michael Carter-Williams joining the show. It was back in 2014. You won the NBA's Rookie of the Year award. Since then, I'm sure that your career hasn't gone quite as you have planned. How difficult has that been for you?
It's been tough. It's been a tough road. Things. I've had ups and downs in my career, but overall, I've learned a lot, and I've learned what it takes I still think that I have a long, career ahead of me, and I believe it. I've been blessed to play in this league. I know I've had some early success, but I think that's honestly just the beginning for me.
I'm listening to the pregame interview with head coach Steve Clifford. He's asked about your arrival on the team, and he said that you're an elite perimeter defender. How much does that mean to you to get that type of praise from a guy like Steve Clifford?
It means a lot, for someone to have, faith in me like that, and to recognize, what I bring to the table defensively, means a lot because, a lot of the times, that gets overshadowed in this league, and for it to be recognized by a coach is means a lot.
Michael Carter Williams is kind enough to spend some time with us on In the Zone.